What if I told you that the worst thing happening to the Atlanta Falcons right now might actually be the best thing that could happen to them? Sounds absolutely insane, doesn't it? But sometimes in the NFL, the most unexpected developments can completely transform a franchise's trajectory, and that's exactly what we're witnessing with the explosive situation brewing in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Atlanta Falcons are currently enduring one of the most frustrating offensive performances in recent memory, ranking a pathetic 31st in points per game with just 14 points per contest. Their offensive coordinator, Zac Robinson, has become the target of increasingly vocal criticism from fans who expected so much more from this talented roster. But here's where this story takes a fascinating twist that could change everything for the Dirty Birds. 2 days ago, Oklahoma State made a decision that sent shockwaves through college football and created a ripple effect that could reach all the way to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Cowboys fired Mike Gundy, their longtime head coach who had been with the program for nearly 2 decades. This wasn't just any ordinary coaching change. It was the end of an era that directly connects to Atlanta's current struggles and potential salvation. You see, Zac Robinson isn't just some random offensive coordinator who happened to land in Atlanta. He's Oklahoma State royalty, considered one of the greatest quarterbacks in Cowboys history. During his college career from 2006 to 2009, Robinson posted impressive numbers that still resonate in Stillwater: a 61% completion percentage, over 8,000 career passing yards, 66 touchdowns, and just 31 interceptions. These weren't just good numbers for that era, they were spectacular. The connection runs even deeper when you consider Robinson's pedigree as a coach. He's part of Sean McVay's coaching tree, having spent 5 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams in various capacities before arriving in Atlanta. CBS Sports has already identified him as a leading candidate for the Oklahoma State head coaching position, describing him as a fast-rising coach in NFL circles with tremendous potential to lead a major college program. Here's where the story becomes truly compelling, and why Falcons fans should be secretly hoping their offensive coordinator gets called back to Oklahoma. Robinson's system, this heavy pistol formation that has frustrated Atlanta fans all season, actually makes perfect sense at the college level. The scheme is designed to create physical mismatches where superior offensive lines can literally bully opposing defensive fronts, opening up massive running lanes and creating easy reads for quarterbacks. The problem is that this approach simply doesn't translate to the NFL, where every defensive line features elite athletes who can't be physically dominated week after week. In college football, especially at a program like Oklahoma State, you regularly face opponents with significantly inferior talent levels. Those cupcake matchups allow the pistol formation to absolutely devastate defenses, creating the kind of explosive plays that Robinson built his reputation on. But in the NFL, you're facing the best athletes in the world every single Sunday. The physical advantages that make the pistol formation devastating in college simply don't exist when you're going up against Aaron Donald-caliber defensive linemen who possess both the size and speed to neutralize your scheme. This explains why Atlanta's offense has looked so predictable and stale. They're trying to run a college system against professional defenses. The numbers don't lie about Robinson's struggles in Atlanta. The Falcons rank 31st in points per game, 27th in EPA, expected points added, and despite running a pistol formation supposedly designed for rushing success, they have just a 69% run-block win rate. These aren't the statistics of a coordinator who has successfully adapted his system to the professional level. The noise surrounding Robinson's potential return to Oklahoma State reached a crescendo when Cowboys legend Dez Bryant publicly endorsed his former college teammate on social media. Oklahoma State, let's make Zac Robinson the next head coach, Bryant tweeted, adding significant weight to the speculation. Bryant's endorsement carries serious credibility. This isn't just a casual opinion from a former player, it's a ringing endorsement from someone who caught 537 passes for over 7,500 yards and 75 touchdowns during his NFL career. Bryant played alongside Robinson at Oklahoma State and witnessed firsthand the quarterback's leadership qualities and football intelligence. When a player of Bryant's caliber vouches for someone's coaching potential, smart organizations pay attention. The timing of Bryant's public support couldn't be more perfect for both parties involved. Robinson is clearly feeling the heat in Atlanta, with fans and media increasingly questioning his play-calling decisions and scheme choices. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State needs a head coach who understands the program's culture and has the credibility to recruit elite talent to Stillwater. From Robinson's perspective, returning to Oklahoma State as head coach would be like coming home as a conquering hero. He would inherit a program where he's already beloved, where his offensive system actually works, and where he could build something special without the intense weekly scrutiny that comes with NFL failure. The college game would allow him to utilize his strengths, developing quarterbacks, creating physical mismatches, and implementing creative offensive concepts against overmatched opponents. For the Falcons, losing Robinson might initially seem like a setback, but it could actually be their salvation. Michael Penix Jr., their talented young quarterback, clearly needs an offensive coordinator who can maximize his pocket passing abilities and create timing-based concepts that suit his skill set. The disconnect between Penix's strengths and Robinson's pistol-heavy approach has been obvious to anyone watching Falcons games this season. Penix has drawn frequent comparisons to Jared Goff throughout his career, and there's a reason for that. Both quarterbacks excel in timing-based offenses that emphasize quick reads, accurate throws, and rhythm passing concepts. If the Falcons could replace Robinson with someone like Declan Doyle from Chicago, Ben Johnson's system concepts, or Brian Johnson from Washington, who has worked wonders with Jaden Daniels, they could unlock Penix's true potential. The beauty of this potential scenario lies in its win-win nature for all parties involved. Oklahoma State would get a head coach who understands their program, has NFL experience, and possesses the offensive innovation to compete in the Big 12. Robinson would escape the NFL pressure cooker and return to an environment where his system can thrive and his reputation can be rehabilitated. Meanwhile, Atlanta would have the opportunity to completely reimagine their offensive approach around Penix's strengths. Instead of forcing a talented pocket passer to operate in a system designed for physical dominance, they could implement concepts that emphasize timing, accuracy, and quarterback decision-making. The transformation could be dramatic and immediate. Consider the ripple effects throughout the organization. A new offensive coordinator with fresh ideas could revitalize not just Penix, but the entire skill position group. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson have all shown flashes of brilliance, but they've been limited by predictable play calling and scheme mismatches. The right coordinator could turn this talented group into one of the NFL's most dynamic offenses. The coaching carousel moves quickly, and Oklahoma State won't wait forever to make their hire. If Robinson is seriously considering this opportunity, and all indications suggest he needs to make his decision soon. Every day he waits is another day that Oklahoma State might move on to other candidates, potentially closing this golden opportunity forever. From Atlanta's perspective, they need to be prepared for this possibility and already identifying potential replacements. The worst-case scenario would be losing Robinson late in the process without having suitable alternatives lined up. Smart organizations always have contingency plans, and the Falcons should be no different. The upcoming weeks will be crucial for both programs. Oklahoma State is conducting their search with the urgency of a program that wants to make a splash higher and get back to competing for Big 12 championships. Atlanta is trying to salvage a season that has already shown troubling signs of offensive dysfunction. When you step back and analyze this situation objectively, it becomes clear that Zac Robinson taking the Oklahoma State job would benefit everyone involved. He would return to an environment where he can succeed, Oklahoma State would get a proven offensive mind with deep program ties, and Atlanta would get a fresh start with their young quarterback. Sometimes the best decisions are the hardest ones to make, but this feels like a no-brainer for all parties. Robinson has the chance to become a beloved head coach at his alma mater, while the Falcons get the opportunity to find an offensive coordinator who can properly utilize their considerable talent. The dominoes are already starting to fall, with Bryant's public endorsement and the growing speculation around Robinson's candidacy. The question now is whether everyone involved will make the smart decision and embrace this change, or whether they'll let pride and stubbornness prevent what could be a transformative move for two struggling programs. What's your take on this potential coaching change? Do you think Zac Robinson should take the Oklahoma State job and give both programs a fresh start? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear whether you think this move makes as much sense as it seems to me. And if you're enjoying these deep dives into the stories behind the stories, make sure to hit that like button and let me know what other topics you'd like me to break down.